Click the links to support my vitally important work. Crowdfund a comic book store. Why not just make better comics? Comicsgate makes better comics. Why don't you guys? How hard would that be? A lot of people I talk to don't want to raise the uncomfortable stuff, but let me just say it. The bad guys in comics are blonde or red-haired men. They're straight out of Austrian central casting. Because I guess 80 years ago, some people did some things, maybe. You gotta show the world as it is. In the SJW world of comics, a superhero will stop a terrorist at an airport, but get ready for it. He'll be a white guy with blonde hair and blue eyes. A terrorist in an airport with blonde hair. 90% of global terrorism is Islamic. Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Boko Haram. Guess what? They don't have blonde hair. In the alt-left world of comics, every gang is a group of blonde guys committing hate crimes. As much as I wish that was true, it just isn't. But hope springs eternal. The insanity of Snowflake in Safe Space, or Iceman, Riri, Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, and the rest, those aren't comics. Those are diversity hires. Thor was an old lady dying of cancer. Sweet. The thing I noticed about SJWs is that they're terrified of publicly being seen to try to make too much money. Oh, we only want to fund our comic just enough to get it out there and pay our artists. We know comics aren't supposed to make us rich. But why not exactly? If your project made more money, that would mean you could get ahead on the next project. In case you don't know SJWs, they're socialists, sort of, in theory, except not really. Many of them are limousine liberals. Bernie Sanders owns 3 homes. Really, it's more accurate to say that they want you to be poor while they are rich. No, dude, it's not even framed. Come on, buddy. Come on, get in frame there. This is Out of the Mary Sue. This is by... Princess Precious Panties. Forbidden Planet, New York City, one of the oldest and biggest comic book. Oh, this is not framed at all. Anyway, so the store starts a GoFundMe in order to stay afloat, to make sure that its employees have a place to return. A GoFundMe for a comic book store. Okay. He raised $14,000 in less than a day of their $300,000 goal. Okay, fair enough. She goes on and on about her memories. It feels like she's trying to raise her OG credentials about being into comic books or something, because she went there and bought comics when she was a kid. All right. So she goes on and on about what a great place it was and her fond memories of it. But you're kind of skipping over the important issue of why they're in the situation in the first place. In fact, you entirely skipped over that. You entirely skipped over any causation, any cause and effect as to why we are here now. Why is the industry on such shaky ground that a month of a very mild disruption suddenly caused them to go tits up? Who's this? Vita Ayala with a fist raised and her gay flag. I can't remember a time when FPNYC wasn't in my life. It's where I found my love of comics. Facts not in evidence. And where I met some of my best friends. It's where I realized I wanted to make comics. Gee, you should start. Maybe one day you'll start making comics. You might want to give that some work. It's an institution that's touched hundreds of thousands of lives. Help give back if you can. We're raising funds, GoFundMe, so the shop can... Why not you just print better books?